Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fitz Health Conscious Corner. My name is Emma, and I'm your show host of the Health Conscious Corner, and we're back, episode 9. So we are back with an episode that's focusing on mindfulness. So it is the Mindfulness Edition. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to give everyone a few moments to log in. Last week was an amazing episode. Thank you so much for joining. Episode 8, it was a Q&A, so a question and answer. Thank you so much, all of you who sent in questions and who are participating in the chat. I felt like it was such a great opportunity for us to get to know each other a little bit more and connect in the community as a whole. It's so lovely to have those moments and to hold space where we can ask questions, where we can give feedback, because we're all here learning from each other. So that is the focus, is we're talking about different branches of life's universal knowledge, giving our experiences, our shared experiences. And I'm also here to give you practical knowledge and tips. So we always touch base on a theme, and then we talk about strategies and ways to promote more health conscious living in our lives, and in turn promote the well-being in our own lives and in the lives of others. So I'll just give us a few more moments. It's exciting today. We are going to get to have a 5-minute meditation, which is going to be awesome. So if you've never had a guided meditation, it's going to be a guided meditation, a body scan, observing breath. And, it's really a great way to practice mindfulness. And we're going to talk about some of the reasons why. So just giving you about 1 more minute, and we're going to jump right in. Feel free to drop how you are feeling in the chat, emojis, or where you're tuning in from. All right, so we're going to jump right in, getting started on mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? So there are a few ways that we can approach mindfulness. So we can approach mindfulness in a couple of ways. One of them is when we talk about the word itself, mindful, and we think about what that means. So one way to maybe interpret it or describe it can be your mind being full of, for example, thoughts, schedules, appointments, to-do lists, future events, occasions. Maybe some of you, here starting a new school year. Maybe some of you are parents and you are starting a new school year with your children. And the start of the year, it can often bring that busy schedule after a summer, getting into a new routine. So often, there's other ways. Social media, we all have access to social media, or, other avenues, other ways that we, maybe sometimes we call it relaxing, when we're just sitting down and scrolling through our phones, but not realizing that our brains are processing information. The more that we are consuming, the more we're filling our minds up. So maybe that could be social media. Maybe it could be Netflix binging. Maybe it can be just, screen time overall. Maybe it's messaging apps. Maybe it's, video games. Maybe there's different ways that, we might feel that we are resting, resetting, and we're being, mindful, but really we're filling our minds with activity. So, things that are essentially, I'm going to use the word lightly, distracting us from the present moment. sometimes we're focused on a workload, or we're caregiving tasks. Maybe we're caregiving for others, caregiving as a parent, caregiving for elderly, caregiving for, anybody. There's times that we might feel like we are rolling one day into the next. We're on autopilot. We're missing those moments to be present, because we're just focused on getting through one task or one place to the next. Really just focusing on getting it done, disconnecting from the moment, because everything becomes like a chore. It carries this heavy feeling. It can feel like you're so in it that your mind is being overpowered and piled up. So it's so full that, again, missing the moment, missing the mark, missing the present, like the shooting star example, right? We're so busy looking down on our phones or focusing on something else. And, you're there looking at the sky, waiting for this shooting star. And the minute you look down, the star shoots by, and miss the moment, right? That magical moment that sometimes won't ever happen for maybe, many years, or, maybe it's that moment with the moon, connecting with a super moon, an orange moon, and, we're focused on something else, and you look up and you miss that perfect moment where everything aligned, right? So sometimes we miss those marks in our daily lives. There's times when our mind is so full, we're doing multiple things at once. I don't know if any of you can relate. Does anyone feel that way? Just being so mentally full of agendas and, tasks and rigid thinking, that we're just missing what's actually happening in the moment. Maybe sometimes, you're walking in with a drink in your hand and you're looking for your keys, and you have your phone and you have your bags, and we're just looking through everything, and we're trying to get from one place to the next, not realizing, okay, you drop something, or you're getting frustrated and frazzled because we're just trying to manage multiple things at once. So, the brain can have, like a computer, it can have different tabs open. So, constantly running different tabs in our mind, and it can take away from what you're actually in the moment, where life truly exists. So in that present moment, right? So, for me, I recently, had to give myself those moments to just disconnect and to, since my graft, I had complications with my graft 5 years ago, and still navigating the condition and building arteries and focusing on the rehab. I admit myself, I get so caught up with doing that and the rehab and the responsibility and this militant mindset, that I myself, I'm guilty of missing the mark, being mindful of what's happening in the moment, because I'm so attached to the outcome of what I actually need to do. And so, at times when we're just focused on an outcome, we're missing the process, we're missing the journey, really, right? Like you might have heard that saying, life is about the journey, not the destination, right? So when we're focusing on the destination, we're missing those magical moments of the journey, what's really your process, what you're creating. So, recently just having to give myself permission after 4 years to say, okay, it's okay to take a few days off and, do something else, change the environment. Of course I still had to hold myself accountable to the rehab that I need to do every day, but I wasn't so focused on the outcome or being so rigid with myself. I was trying to take moments to be more mindful and disconnect from my phone and from my schedules and emailing and replying and scheduling, because it really, that's the autopilot that I was just talking about, right? Is that we get so deep into autopilot, we just keep going, not realizing like every day is a day, right? And not every day is promised. So, when we're so distracted and caught up with what we need our day to look like and our agenda to look like, we're full of tasks. But rather than being, having the mind being mindful of all these tasks, having the mind be mindful, so more cautious, more present, more aware, more assertive, that creates more connection, opportunities for connection, more time to be present. And how does that benefit you? Well, it improves relationships, right? And life has we have many aspects of relationships. So work, family, friendships, your relationship with yourself and what you do day to day to, self-care. And, if we're able to improve being mindful in those moments, we're improving the connection wherever we are. We're being more present. We're able to give more of ourselves instead of splitting the mind in multiple directions. Physically, what happens when you're more mindful in the moments, your nervous system becomes more regulated because it's not constantly being diverted to keep up with your agendas, your thoughts, your to-do list, the next task, the chore, the next week. So feel free, chime in, any feedback, any comments. We're just talking about different ways to interpret mindfulness and, having that healthy spin on mindfulness. So rather than being full of, diversion and workload and overload in the brain, mentally finding ways to be more of an observer of those tasks, to be able to manage them in a way that is manageable, right? Because a lot of the time too, we're playing that catch-up game, so we're constantly in the past or moving too forward in the future. So mindfulness is really about being in the present moment. That is what mindfulness is. Your mind full of the moment. So you're aware, you're creating that. And now mindfulness is a practice, right? It's not something that we just do and we're always doing it, because we're in a world that we feel mentally stimulated no matter what way we look, right? So it's very easy to become distracted. So practicing mindfulness, it's a practice, it's a mental training. It is an observer mindset. It's also a way to emotionally regulate and become more of an observer of your emotions. At times when we're constantly trying to keep up with different schedules, we suppress emotions, we can compartmentalize. So when you're able to be more present and accepting of where you are in each moment, we can also have that, create more mindfulness in that way. So we did talk about at the beginning, and I did put it out there, just having a 5-minute meditation. So maybe you have done a meditation before. Maybe it's your first time doing a meditation. We're going to take about 5 minutes or so. We're going to do a body scan. So we're going to mentally just go through some breathing. So take a few moments if you're able to find a space that is a little bit more quieter, maybe where you're able to sit down either on the floor, on the chair, maybe on your back. So just find a nice comfy shape. So it's going to be a 5-minute meditation, and it's going to be a body scan. So we're just going to focus on becoming more grounded, aware of ourselves in this moment, in the present moment. So just settling in, just allow your body to arrive. Let your eyes start to close. And just start to settle in. Just allow the breath to arrive. Natural breathing. Soften through the ribs. Feel the chest slightly lifted. So you want to have a nice, comfortable shape when you find yourself in meditation. Comfort is key in meditation. When you're comfortable, your body is able to respond to the comfort. And rather than focusing on the sensations of trying to get comfortable, it allows your mind to start to relax and to settle in. So just closing your eyes. If you have questions, feel free to put it in the chat. I'm still going to be guiding you and checking in. So just closing your eyes, allowing your hands to find a comfortable space. Maybe they're on your knees or on your thighs. And just start to take a nice breath in through your nose. And start to feel the crown of the head lift. Your spine posture starts to adjust. Exhale to breathe out, empty. Another nice breath in. Feel the cleansing breath, the expansion. Exhale. Softly breathe it out. Start to feel your feet nice and grounded. So we're going to take this body scan. So feeling free to keep your eyes closed and just start to relax the muscles in your face and your jaw. Shoulder tops down and away from the ears. And we're going to take this body scan from the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. So just start to bring awareness to the soles of your feet. Notice the feet grounded, or maybe if you're seated, you're noticing the outer edges of the feet softening onto the floor. And just allow yourself to come back to breath. Meditation is not about stopping the mind. Meditation is about observing the thoughts in your mind, noticing your body's response, and just allowing the thoughts to flow. Let yourself become an observer of the screen in your mind. Give yourself the permission for the next 5 minutes to disconnect from your schedules, the thoughts of your schedules. Become more present of what you're doing in this moment, where you are in your day. Continue to bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Exhaling to breathe out. Cleansing breaths, calming the nervous system. Bringing awareness back to the feet and to the ankles, to your calves, to your shins. Start to notice your knees, and if you're feeling sensations, just allow the knees to soften. Soften the thighs. Notice how your legs are feeling, your hips. We hold a lot of tension in the hips, so just allow your hips to relax. Notice if you're squeezing the outer hips, the glutes, the thighs, quads. Just start to relax the legs. Continue to observe your abdomen. Notice your pelvic floor, your ribs. Feel the breath as you breathe in and allow more oxygenated blood flow into the torso, into the abdomen. In the abdomen, there are many major organs. And when you breathe a little bit bigger and deeper, you're giving those organs more minerals and nutrients. So allow yourself to take a few deeper breaths. And exhale it out softly, smoothly, deflating, letting go of any tension and stress in your day. Inhale, start to breathe in. Bring awareness to your chest, to your shoulders, through your back, your shoulder blades, your arms, your biceps, triceps. Awareness down to your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your fingertips. Breathing in and allowing your collarbones to start to widen a little bit more. Feel the natural curvature of the spine. And feel your muscles that run along the spine start to relax a little bit more. Still aligning and holding your posture while promoting more rest in the body, more awareness. Bring awareness to your chin. Bring awareness to your throat, your collarbones, your shoulders. Your chin away from your chest. Awareness up through the jaw, through the ears, your nose and your eyelids. Notice if you're squeezing your eyes, just soften, let go. The body tends to hold tension by engagement and squeezing various areas in the body. So maybe you take this moment and notice where you're still engaging. Find a nice big breath in and exhale to soften everything out. Inhale, feel the crown of your head lifting up. Back of the neck is lengthened. Exhale, feel your feet grounding. And we're going to take a few moments in silence just to breathe, just to observe. Even 1 minute in observation is a training in mindfulness, the present moment. Breathing in and out. And just noticing if you're rounding the shoulders forward, just starting to draw them back and keep promoting this posture, this upright posture that promotes mental clarity and relaxation in the body. Breathing in and out, everyone. Feel your back inflate with breath and the front side of your body inflate. Keep the focus on your breath and allow thoughts to run while you become more connected as an observer. One more big breath in together, everyone. And as you exhale, just start to open your eyes, just starting to wiggle your fingers, your toes. And just allow yourself to observe how you're feeling right now. Notice the calmness in your body. Notice the smooth, even breath. Feel free, write it in the chat. Tell me how you're feeling. Any feedback. And you can always write it in the chat. You can always send an email Fitz Health Conscious Corner at gmail.com. And you can also visit the website. You can send in feedback. You can ask questions. You can request a topic. So tell me how that felt for you. The replay is gonna go up, so it will be up. within the next couple of days. I know I'm a little late on uploading some of the other episodes. They will be up there. So all the episodes, they can be found on YouTube on our channel. It's Fitz Health Conscious Corner. So that's our community, everyone. So you can always go in and check the replays. You can comment. Any questions? Does anyone have any questions or feedback about the meditation? Any questions about mindfulness? Yes, gratitude. Grateful for you, Sarah. How are you feeling? How was that meditation for you? It's so powerful to take moments to breathe during the day, and just taking those moments to even close your eyes, or just take moments with the eyes open to breathe and become conscious of what's happening in your present moment. It really helps to train you in mindfulness. And when we do that, we're able, what are the benefits? It improves your relationships. It improves, response ability rather than reaction. So it allows us to become more observant, more aware. Yeah, it feels so good. And it just changes the vibration, right? Like if you notice how you were feeling before breathing and slowing it down, and then when you do the breathing and you slow down, and then you just think about like the energy, you have the ability to change your energy in your body just by breathing. I always feel like that is one of the most, the coolest superpower that we all have is the power of breath, and the way that we can use it in any moment, whether we just want to reflect on feelings, whether we want to reflect on what's happening, where we are in our journey, to just bring more moments of clarity. When we have moments of clarity, we're able to be more present. We're able to, provide better customer service. We all have an element of giving, customer service in our lives, right? Service in community and connections with others, right? So being more mindful and present, it really improves relationships, sibling relationships, parent-child, friendships, partnerships, relationships, marriages, right? Because when we are present, we feel more heard, we feel more seen, we feel more connected, and it goes both ways. So just giving yourself those moments helps you to be more present and mindful. So you're doing the work, you're doing the training, and that's the inner work, right? You might hear that phrase, that saying, doing the inner work. This is part of doing the inner work. It's a tool you can use to do the inner work, to be more present. So that inner work, awareness, observation, presence, it all allows you to be more mindful, observing, rather than mindful of schedules, to-do lists, anxiety, just overload, autopilot, right? So two different ways, looking at, are you mindful of clarity, observation, presence, or is your mind full of all of the things that, you're focused on achieving, the being attached to the next outcome, being so rigid. So that is episode 9, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please feel free, comment in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling, what your takeaways are, what your requests are for any other episodes. I always love to get your feedback and try to give you what you need, because we're all here to connect together, and what's relevant to you is relevant to many other people here. And that's why we're all here, because we're promoting growth mentally, physically, emotionally, soulfully. So keep it coming. Thank you, everybody in conscious love light. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll connect again next week, and I'll see you all there. Peace out, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.